WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Selena Schaefer. 2 people are dead following a bank robbery in Mantachie. A teller, Judy Guin, was shot and killed during the robbery. Our Quentin Smith spent the day in Mantachie and has the latest.
It's like just sick at my stomach. I mean, this is unreal. No money anywhere is worth this.
Frustration and grief spill over into the parking lot outside of Farmers Merchants Bank in Mantachie, as family members and residents are still in disbelief over Wednesday's tragedy.
The person walked into the bank, gun drawn, asked for or demanded where's the vault. As the person went back to look at the vault, she turned and shot the teller.
Judy Guin is the teller who was tragically shot and killed. After Guin was shot, Itawamba County Sheriff Chris Dickinson says the female gunman then fled from the scene.
I don't know that any money was taken at this point.
It's crazy. Why rob the bank? Why shoot and kill her? You know the lady was trying to give her the money. Why kill somebody? I mean, it's senseless.
The small Mantachie town is now shaken up after the devastating tragedy.
Why take a life for $1?
I've known that lady all my life, and if I'd have been standing there, it wouldn't have happened. I promise you. I have no words. I'm upset.
Family members say Guin worked at the bank ever since it opened. They describe her as a godly woman who loved her community. They say she was a wonderful person who was taken away from them too soon.
Sometimes when you go in the bank, Judy would want to know how you were doing, about the sick people of the community.
You would have never met a nicer person. She would have given you your shirt off her back. She was just a great, great person.
The suspect, 28-year-old Ashley Smith, fled the scene in a black Tahoe. She was headed west on Highway 363, but police caught up with her within about 10 minutes in Saltillo. Police stopped the vehicle, and Smith, who said she didn't want to go to jail, ended her crime spree. WCBI's Allie Martin has more.
As Saltillo Police and Mississippi Highway Patrol approached this black Tahoe, which had pulled onto the shoulder, a single shot rang out.
I can say that there was apparent one, what we believe to be self-inflicted gunshot wound inside that vehicle.
Sheriff Johnson says the suspect vehicle and the female driver match eyewitness accounts from the bank. This portion of Highway 363 just east of Saltillo was shut down for hours as investigators from the FBI, MBI, and other agencies processed the scene. As a homeowner on 363 helped divert traffic, Chris Nance, a nearby resident, was watching everything unfold from a distance.
We just pulled up over here and seen all of it going on and wondering what was going on here. And my wife, she got on the phone to see if anything was going on, and I heard you saying something about a woman shooting herself.
Meantime, Ann George and her grandkids were keeping an eye on the action from their front porch.
Lord, we seen it all up that way, and we heard about the Mantachie Bank getting robbed, but we thought it was a man such a lady.
Do you think we're seeing more violence around here maybe than we used to?
Yes, sir, we are.
Why do you think that is?
Because stuff like this don't never happen around in here. Not around here in Saltillo or nothing. But Lord.
Other residents were also in shock, but they wanted to point out that Saltillo is a good town. They say it's just unfortunate the crime spree ended there. In Saltillo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
NBI, FBI, and other agencies are investigating the crime and expect to release more information in the coming days. Time now to turn it over to weather for our first look with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith?
Hey, Selena, right now in Columbus, some low clouds, currently dry. We've had some rain here in Columbus, also in Tupelo too. But our next round of rain is coming on in from the south. 74 saturated, 100% humidity out there, low 70s to mid 70s right now. And let's show you our radar. Come on, computer, are you going to advance? Oh, There it is. Okay, so the rain is coming on in already into Louisville, Macon. This is going to be spreading back to the north as we go throughout the course of the evening and overnight hours. Even more rain towards southeast, and this will continue to fill in, it looks like, as we go throughout the course of the night. So more rain possible tonight, and maybe a few showers and storms tomorrow. There's still an outside risk for a few severe storms tomorrow and on Friday. Some heavy rain potential there as well, with the remnants of Cindy swirling on through. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Earlier this week, we gave you a story on the appeal of the area and what makes people want to stay and establish their lives. But does the story have the facts to back it up? WSBI's Parker King spoke with researchers at Mississippi State, and the numbers show the Golden Triangle, as well as the state's population, have the potential for growth.
For the last 20 years, the overall population of the Golden Triangle has remained stagnant, not showing any signs of growth or loss. But Mimo Parisi with InSpark knows how we can fix this.
The way we tell the story is really what is going to make a difference.
The story being that Mississippi has no opportunity for its graduating students. Parisi looks to change that.
The key is to make sure that our investments as a state, remain in the state. And so as far as the Golden Triangle area, we do have opportunities that are pretty appealing to our students.
A recent study done by InSpark shows that 65% of graduates find jobs in the state within a year of graduating, and over half work in Mississippi for at least 5 years.
This is actually the one that shows Mississippi to be the top 25 in the country.
This percentage is attributed to the technology that has been developed to help find these jobs.
We created this new technology. It's called MS Grad Jobs. So every graduate through our university system, when they graduate and sign up in the system, they will receive weekly or hourly or monthly notifications of every possible job available in the state that match their educational background.
The result? 98% of those who sign up find a job within the state. This is only a part of something bigger in the Mississippi legislature.
The old package is called Mississippi Works. This is being the governor's office initiative to use data and technology to connect people real time and to be responsive to our employer and to our people when it comes to help them to find a job.
Parsani says that the problem isn't jobs coming into the area, it's the fact that people don't know about them. The plan is to create a career-aware mindset in students' minds at ages as young as the 3rd grade. That way, when the time comes to make a move into the working world, they may decide to continue to call the Golden Triangle and Mississippi home.
We're telling a different story to our children. We're not telling them Mississippi is the poor us, there's no opportunities, but we're rather trying to change the way we're telling our stories. You don't have to go to California, you don't have to go to New York. You can find a job that you want right here.
Parisi and InSpark are optimistic that with this technology and career awareness programs, it'll help add to the number of people who are already staying in the area.
A live look down in Biloxi right now. You can see some wet weather here on our camera down there. We have Cindy still in the area. More on that system after the break.
Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Great to see you this evening. You can see some of these low clouds in West Point with our Alpha Insurance camera right there. Low clouds foreshadowing some showers moving back in from the south. Now let's talk about this tropical rain that has been falling in the region. Look at Gulfport, over 8 inches of rain since yesterday. And Pensacola, Florida, Panama City, same story, well into the inches upon inches. Hattiesburg, over 3. New Orleans, about 3. That was as of 9 o'clock. So these numbers will continue to go up with the system around. And you can see some of the effects of Cindy earlier today down there off Biloxi from our sister station, WXXV. You can see that water spout right there. So water spouts, we've had some tornadoes confirmed, some damage confirmed farther south in Mississippi and Alabama and Florida. And you can see this next salvo of moisture coming on in. It's been steadily raining here in Macon and Louisville, now in the Kosciuszko, up to about US 82 right now. Some heavier rain right down there along the I-20-59 corridor. The rain we had earlier this morning, or earlier this afternoon into this evening, now shifting north of Tupelo, and that has weakened. But there's even more down to the southeast, spiraling around well to the east of the center. The actual center of Cindy down here just off Houston, sustained wind now at 50 miles per hour. This is the 10 o'clock update here, moving to the north-northwest at 7. Now, the actual center will stay to our west and northwest, but we are on the eastern side of this thing, and the eastern side of tropical systems tend to have the most active weather, and that's where we will be going forward. So tomorrow, we do have the risk for some rain. Same story Friday. The remnants of Cindy move through on Friday, and then once we get past Friday into the weekend, the threat of big active weather will go away and just some scattered showers and storms for you Saturday and Sunday. But there's that rain shield right now. Futurecast doing a pretty good job here this evening. We'll have some of this linger for tomorrow morning's commute, especially in our eastern Mississippi counties and west Alabama. Some of the heaviest rain we will have in our area maybe in eastern Mississippi, our eastern tier of counties, and also for you in west Alabama. So tomorrow you can see scattered in nature tomorrow afternoon. And some of these storms back west may be some of those storms that could briefly spin up a tornado or two. Same story on Friday, too. You can see the remnants, that circulation there with Cindy moving across the Mid-South. And on the eastern side of that circulation center, whatever is left of it, anything that is out there could produce some stronger type storm here. And then that goes away Friday evening, and we'll be done with any severe weather threat. So here's what we're thinking. There's a potential for 1 to 3 inches of rain across the entire viewing area. Some spots could see more, especially in west Alabama. That's where the heaviest rain could actually be. But these totals will not get everywhere, so just consider the possibility. It just won't affect everybody, but there could be an isolated tornado tomorrow in the region. Same story on Friday, too. I think we get back into the low 80s tomorrow, some mid-80s for Friday and the weekend. Rain chances will gradually diminish as we close out the weekend, Selena, and as we get into next week.
The MLB draft scores another hit on MSU's infield. We see who's next in the lineup a little later in sports. Welcome back. Insect bites can be annoying and dangerous even to you and your children, but sometimes the chemicals in bug spray can even be harmful as well. In tonight's Health Talk with Baptist, we learned to keep the bugs at bay the safe way.
How do I safely apply insect repellent to my baby or child? The American Academy of Pediatrics says that up to 30% DEET is safe in children, although they do not recommend using it in infants less than 2 months old. Use lower concentrations if kids will be outside only for an hour or two. If they are outside longer, consider using a repellent with higher concentration of DEET. The higher concentration means it will last longer. Generally, repellent with DEET should not be applied more than once a day. DEET can be used on exposed skin as well as clothing, socks, and shoes, but should not be used on the face, underclothing, on cuts or irritated skin, or on the hands of young children. Here are some other suggestions for using insect repellent containing DEET safely. Do not use a single product containing both sunscreen and DEET. Sunscreen needs to be reapplied frequently, while DEET should not be applied more than once a day. Avoid spraying the repellent anywhere near the eyes or mouth so it cannot be ingested. Do not allow your child to handle the container while you're applying the repellent. Apply the repellent in an open area so that you and your child do not breathe it in. Wash your child's skin with soap and water when you return indoors, and wash all clothing before it's worn again. Use just enough repellent to cover exposed skin. Using more does not make repellents more effective. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist, when we will discuss some other ways to protect your child from insect bites.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
Coming up, the high school football tour makes its third stop of the year as we preview the TCPS Eagles next in sports.
Tom Ebel.
The tour rolls on with our opening week as we continue our previews in Class 1A. Up next is a team jumping back into division play following a run of being an independent, and they're ready to take 1A by storm. Stop number 3 of our 60 schools in 60 days previews the TCPS Eagles.
WCBI's 60 Schools in 60 Days is brought to you by Toyota, Let's Go Places, and Emerson Animal Hospital, where your pets are family in West Point.
It's about continuing to win as a program for the TCPS Eagles football team. Last season, the Eagles finished 7-2 and now look to continue their winning ways with 6 starters returning.
I'm looking forward to, we got a bunch of young guys, see what they can do, and we have a chance at doing something that hadn't been done, making playoffs, and this should be special.
I was ready to turn on Friday Night Lights and hopefully make a playoff run, most definitely. I'm ready for division ball.
The fact, number one, that it's football season again. Number two, the fact that our guys get to compete in the division for the first time. Be the first time all of these guys have had a chance to compete in division play, and I'm very excited about that for them.
As you just heard the team mention, the TCPS Eagles will be competing in division play for the first time in 2 seasons. They will be competing in the Class 1A North Division this upcoming fall.
It'll be a tough division, but we're looking forward to it, looking forward to the challenge. Playing a lot of new teams, a lot of teams that we need to play, and just it'll be fun.
They're definitely bigger schools than us, and it's going to be tough games, but I'm ready for a change. I'm ready to play some tougher teams and some bigger schools and hopefully win and get a reputation behind us here at TCPS.
Bigger schools. I mean, we got to step up. We got a lot of players that play 2 ways this year. Got a lot of younger players have to step up, and we're just ready to play as hard as we can and make a run.
Every week after the first 2 weeks is a division game, so it's going to be a gauntlet that you have to go through. So it's going to be a great experience for our kids, and just really looking forward to it.
The Eagles have 7 seniors entering into this season. Coach Holliday says that they've been through the workouts. He'll know what to expect out of them being the leaders on the team.
I expect them to be senior leaders. They've been through the tough times, and they know what the tough times are like. So really going to lean on those guys to take the young guys and teach them the TCPS football way.
TCPS will look to have another winning season while competing in divisional play, and will look to make a first ever playoff appearance. Coach Holliday hopes this team can get that opportunity.
It would be a great accomplishment, not only for the football team but for the school, and that's our goal. You know, you don't play this game not to make the playoffs. Now we have a chance to make the playoffs, and that's our goal.
The TCPS Eagles will open their season at home against New Site on August 18th. On the high school football tour with the TCPS Eagles, I'm Jonathan Flippo with WCBI Sports.
60 Schools in 60 Days with Tupelo Christian Preparatory School was brought to you by Zip Scripts.
Another loss for Mississippi State, but a very good occasion as All-SEC shortstop Ryan Gridley officially signs a contract with the Oakland A's today. The A's drafted Gridley in the 11th round. Gridley started every game at short for the Bulldogs, becoming the first Mississippi State shortstop since 2006 to be named first team All-SEC.
William on the drive. Pull up. Got it! She got it!
The shot is up for an ESPY. Hail State Hoops is up for the biggest upset of the year, as well as Morgan Williams' shot. It's up for best play. Dak Prescott is also up for an ESPY as breakout athlete of the year. And former Ole Miss Rebel baseball player Chris Coughlin is up for the best play. So coming up tomorrow on the high school football tour, we'll preview Nanawaya. We also have Noxapater coming up on Friday. So those are just a couple things you have to look forward to coming up throughout the rest of the week. We'll have a last look at forecast coming up next.
All right, this is a live look in Columbus. If you look closely at some of those street lights, we do have some rain coming on down. This next batch of rain is coming on in. So the darker greens, the yellows there, some heavier rain now moving in from the south. That will be with us during the rest of the evening and overnight hours. Some heavy rain possible tonight and tomorrow. Also the risk for some severe weather, maybe one of those spin-up tornadoes or two here. So we can't let down our guards completely, but we'll just see how it all plays out here, Selena. We've been through this dance before. We'll dry things out by the end of the weekend and next week.
We're all pros at it by now.
Oh, we should be. This is the Deep South. We get rain and that kind of stuff.
Exactly. All righty. Well, thank you guys for staying up with us. We hope you have a great night.